Hey, don't do it. No. Oh. Let's go. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be all about the vacation that we just got back from. So today is Wednesday, and we got back from our cruise on last Friday. So we were finally back into the swing of normal life. I feel like it takes a couple of days to really set in after you recover from traveling. So I'm back, I feel good, and I'm actually right now hosting a reset group, a 3B wellness reset, where we pretty much just reset all parts of our health. So mindset, nutrition, and working out and movement. That way, you can get back on track, because I know a lot of times getting off of vacation can be so hard to get back on track. So I have a whole method down, and I invite people to do it with me. So if that's ever something you want to do, I will put the link below this video, so you can always join it, and then we just do 1 week a month. So a big tip for getting on the ship, and I'm making this video so that I can also watch it whenever I go on a cruise again, to remind myself of things that I did that was awesome and things that I made mistakes and shouldn't do it that way. So this one is something we kind of just figured out, and I want to always do this. When you get on the ship, depending on what ship you're on, but most of them have a promenade area. So for the regular ships that we usually go on, that is on deck 5. So I recommend going to deck 5. That seems to be the most chill spot on the ship when you first get on, because usually you get on deck 4, and there is a bar and some stuff going on down there. And then of course the same deck that the pool is on, that's also where lunch is. So that shit gets crazy. So I recommend going on to deck 5 or wherever your promenade little area is, because they have a cafe. So they have coffee, tea, alcoholic coffee, and then they have pastries, little sandwiches, fruits. So they have snacks and all kinds of goodies there. So you get on, if you're already hungry, grab you a little bit of a snack. And then there's also tons of bars on that deck. So go ahead and get yourself a drink. So you get yourself a drink, you get yourself a snack, go ahead and find a little spot to chill in and just let it all soak in, because sometimes whenever you are doing those things that are very high energy, like getting on a cruise ship and having to navigate all of that stuff, especially when you're with other people. So it was just Nick and I, which sometimes, if you're already stressed from getting on and doing all of that, as someone that you're in a relationship with, that can easily make you want to get in a fight. So it's really good to just find a cozy little spot with your cocktail and your snacks, and just take a moment and just be okay, we're on the ship, let's take a breath, instead of being so high anxiety and so upbeat. So that is a tip for getting on the ship and just getting your shit together and figuring out what the heck do we want to do first. So that's out of the way. Then what you're going to do, you got your first drink in, maybe you had a snack, maybe you didn't have a snack, and you're all right, it's time to eat lunch. That's how I was. I didn't have a snack, so I was all right, let's go get lunch done. Also, whenever I get in kind of party drinking mode, I tend to not be as focused on food. So I like to go ahead, get my food in, get my belly full, get my fuel, and then go ahead and start partying. Okay, so most ships have what they call Windjammer. I don't know if that's what it is on every single ship, but the Royal Caribbean ships that I've been on is called a Windjammer, and that's basically your lunch buffet. So I went on a cruise in January, and it was a different ship, a sister ship basically to the cruise that we just did. The food in January was a lot better, I feel but also that cruise was a lot less people because of COVID. So I don't know if that made a difference, but the food on this buffet was not quite as good, but it's still good. My favorite thing to get in the buffet is actually a hot dog. I don't know, I just freaking love hot dogs, and I don't really eat them. So for some reason, when I get on the ship and I get a hot dog, it just makes me thrilled. So you're gonna go in the Windjammer, get some lunch. It's chaotic, so just go ahead and know it's gonna be stressful. And what I do is I just look for things that I like to eat. So I got my hot dog. I try to look for some things that are just straight up just vegetables, whether it be a salad or a little veggie, whatever. And then of course, whatever else I see that looks good, whether it be good looking food for you, bad looking food, dessert, veggies, fruits, whatever you want at that moment, go ahead, load your plate up and get to eating, because you don't want to skip that step of eating and just not do it because of anxiety. I know some people that's probably not hard for, and you probably think I'm crazy even saying that, but for me, it's really hard to start eating whenever I have anxiety, and especially in, like, you know, there's a lot of people going on in there. Then after that, what we did, and I loved, and I always love to do, actually in January when we went on the cruise, we didn't even do this because we were with other people and they don't typically go to the pool immediately like me and Nick do. So we kind of wanted to do what they wanted to do to experience another way to do a cruise. So we kind of just bar hopped on the last cruise, which was awesome. But I'm a pool gal. Like, I love to be in the sun. Also, the last cruise was in January, so it wasn't that warm anyway, so we really weren't missing out on anything. This one, you know, it's like sunny, beautiful out, so we hit the pool. We decided to go to the adult-only section pool, the solarium, and it was super chill, and I went ahead and I busted my book out, and I was like, all right, I'm going to start this vacation off strong and go ahead and start relaxing and reading my book, and the book is so good. I was able to finish it on the cruise, but I'll talk more about that later. So that's what we kind of did to start off with. And then after a little while of chilling there, we decided, all right, we're kind of ready to hit up the more party pool. So we like went over there. We actually found this pretty cool like top deck. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably saw that. It had the little like binocular thingy that you can like look at everything. And so that was a really cool spot because no one was up there. I think because it was such a hot day, everyone wanted to be near the pool, but we held that spot down for a little bit. Now this next part is sort of out of mine and Nick's character, but we just kind of decided to do it. We decided that we had already talked about booking another cruise while we were on the cruise, and we had already played around with the idea of doing a cruise during my birthday week, which is in September. So we had some cocktails and we were like, you know what, let's go book a cruise right now, because if you book on the first day, at least this is how it was when we were on it just now, if you book on the first day, you wind up getting like $150 more off of your total price, and you get a free bottle of champagne. So we're like, hell yeah, let's just go do it. So we went to Next Cruise, which is what it's called whenever you go down there and book your next cruise. Met another Allison with 1L from Australia, and she was an absolute doll. I loved her. And we booked our next cruise for September for my birthday. Some tips health-wise, I will say, some ships have a drink of the day, which I ordered a couple of drinks of the day because sometimes it's just really busy and it's hard to like decide what you want or communicate. So it's like, shit, I'll just order the drink of the day. Just be careful when you order the drink of the day because it's usually fairly strong, super sugary. Super sugary. They're usually like crazy ass colors. I always avoid blue. The blue would just, it don't do well for me. So that's my tips for that. And go ahead when you get on there, when you go to the promenade, when you go to lunch, get so much freaking water. All the water. Like, just keep asking for water whenever you order drinks, which sometimes is hard and you forget. We forgot quite a few times. We actually had this really wonderful server on the pool deck at one point that brought us water with our cocktails because it was just a super hot cruise. And I was like, oh my God, you are like a lifesaver. Love him. So on cruises, we love to do the dining room for dinner because you get to get a little more fancy, a little bit different than what you're used to, rather than going to like the buffet. And we cheap asses, so we damn sure not going to spend more money to go to the fancier upgraded restaurants because you got to spend money on that. And I'm like, shit, I already paid for this. I'm going to eat in the dining room. So that's what we do. And we last cruise did early dining 5:30 and we loved it. We thought that was so great. Even though, like, you know, it seems early to A, eat, and B, like, end your day-ish time and get ready for the evening, I really liked it because it kind of, like, slows you down, makes you go back, check in, you know, with how many drinks you've had. And for me, having anxiety, it helps me kind of get away from people and kind of get back to myself and then go on for the rest of the evening. So we got ready for dinner, went to our fancy dining room dinner with the beautiful chandelier. And we were actually sat at a table with other people, which I guess they're starting to do now. I don't think they were doing it for a while because of COVID, so that was interesting. But we were like, we want to go to breakfast in the dining room. So that is like different than when you do dinner and not like you just show up and they give you like time frame. You just show up and you're just sat somewhere. And we've never done it. We always wanted to try it. And so we were like, we are going no matter what. And I was like, I'm just gonna have to power through. So we went to, excuse me, we went to breakfast in the dining room, and it was very good. I had like tons of beverages because I was hungover. So I had my water, I had some hot tea, and then I had my Bloody Mary, obviously, because I was hungover. I don't know why I forgot that part. Anyway, so I had all my beverages, and then I ordered lox. A full day on the ship. We were in Nassau. So me and Nick have pretty much, when we've cruised, only gone to Nassau for the most part. So we already been to Nassau like a ton of times. So we were like slowly, like we went to the pool to hang out, enjoying ourselves, and slowly as the day went on, the clouds started kind of rolling in a little bit. There might be a storm, and we were like, let's just stay on the ship. Like, let's be those people this time and just stay on the ship. So one thing that's cool about the cafe I was talking about on the promenade is they have like those alcohol coffees. So whenever afternoon hits, like if you start to get a little bit sleepy, but you know, you just need a little pick-me-up, you can go and get an alcohol coffee, which was so delicious. On this day, it was formal night, so all that means is you get to get a little more fancied up if you'd like to, and we definitely would like to. We love to get fancy on the cruise, so that's what we did that night. And I wore this amazing like blush kind of pinkish colored dress that was crocheted at the top and a halter, and I didn't have to wear a bra, which was like so amazing. If you know about like not having to wear a bra or something, it's just like so fantastic. Day was my favorite day. That morning, actually, before all the lunch stuff happened, I got up earlier than Nick. I went down, got my hot tea, and then I sat on the balcony, and the water was just, I live, if you don't know, I live in Destin, Florida, so I live on the beach and on the harbor, and the water here is absolutely beautiful. But this water on this cruise was just phenomenal. At the balcony, finished my book. Like, I sat out there for probably an hour and a half. My legs were like baking in the sun, and I had the best like solo vacation morning that you could ever dream of. It was just amazing. So that's what I did in the morning, and I just had the best day. And then of course we went back to the pool and had more cocktails, because that's just apparently the theme of this vacation was pool and cocktails. So that's kind of how the day went. Nothing crazy. That night, this was our anniversary day, so that was also exciting. I forgot to open with that. That day was our anniversary, our actual anniversary day. So it was super chill, had a very good day, very good time relaxing and just hanging out together. And then that night, after dinner, we went to the Viking Lounge, I think it's called, but also it's called Olive or Twist is the bar. I don't know. I think it's the same place though. Anyway, that's where they have like all the windows that open up, like all the walls are windows, it just opens up. And we actually got to watch the sunset from up there, and it was so beautiful. The cocktails were amazing. So Coco Cay Day, I was dying a little bit at this point. And it was hot. It was like, excuse me. It was insanely hot, like, holy shit. I live in Florida, but the sun and the heat more south is like just absolutely crazy. Anyway, like I started to actually notice some symptoms that concerned me. Like I got very tachycardic, so my heart rate jumped up very, very high. I was very lightheaded. I kind of thought I was going to pass out a couple times, not gonna lie. So we found a spot, but the problem was there's like no wind anywhere. But we found a spot where we could kind of just like sit and lay. So I kind of tried to take a nap, stopped. I just drank some water, sat in the cold water, and then I felt completely back to normal. So it was actually kind of crazy because that hasn't happened to me in a long time, and I was like, damn, I thought I was doing good drinking water. So that goes to show you, even if you feel like you're drinking enough water, you probably aren't, especially if you're drinking alcohol and being in the sun a lot more than you're used to. Anyways, so didn't really get a lot of videos from this day because I was dying for some of it, but then I was back, I was ready to roll. There's some really cool stuff. I definitely, if you're going to go to Coco Cay, look at all the different things you can do. This particular time, we just wanted to explore because we had never really been in that capacity, like where we could just walk around, because the other time we did the cabana, the floating cabana. Highly recommend that. This time, so we just explored. So they have several different areas of the island that you can go and hang out. I will say, it's stupid, and here we go again, but the pool was my freaking favorite. It was very fun. It was perfect temperature in my opinion. There's different ways that you can hang out. There's little tables in the pool. There's a swim up bar. There's a little chairs in the water. There's like and there's a zero entry area. I mean, the pool was probably the best in my opinion. They have like a beach area, then they have the cabanas and stuff you pay extra for, and then they have like a little harbor area, which was really cool too. But like I said, it was just not windy that day, so it was hard to find somewhere where you were not like dying. So the pool was where it was at. So my final tips, I have them all written here in this notebook. My final tips for you if you're going on a cruise. So I think that you should bring your own of a few of these things. Bring your own straw. Shout out Vika. She gave me a straw in January that's like, you know, like a metal straw, but it telescopes so you can make it small and you can put it in your purse. Bring your own water bottle. And then you can bring your own tea. So I actually had some tea, of course, in my backpack, so I used my own tea some of the time. So you can bring your own tea, and all you do is just go get your hot water. So I talked about booking a cruise on a cruise. That saves you money, so that's super sweet. And then we got a balcony room, and a lot of times people are like, well, I'm gonna skimp on the room and just get the cheaper one because you're not gonna be in your room that much. Well, if you're anything like me and you get like social anxiety and just get kind of overwhelmed sometimes, I so recommend paying extra to get a balcony because that really, really helped me have some time to myself to just kind of decompress and relax while also looking at a beautiful view. So order fruit during the day, like if you're at buffet, get fruit for your dessert for lunch. Order in the dining room, you know, like just get fruit and veggies, but for sure get some fruit. Because that's going to be the easiest thing to talk yourself into getting. That does have health benefits. And also try to at least eat one veggie per meal. That shouldn't be hard. Just add one veggie per meal and you're good to go. Activity wise, take the stairs. There's a walking deck, so you can do that too. But like our cruise was so crazy hot, I was not about to go up there and walk. But you can also just take the stairs everywhere you go. I think finally, I want to say, it is great to do what I'm doing right now, which is like a wellness reset. So come back home once you get settled. Don't feel like you have to throw yourself back in the gym or just like, you know, go on a crazy like detox where you just totally don't eat anything. That is not the way to do it. You need to do a wellness reset. So I talked about earlier, I have a 3B wellness reset group, 3 branches wellness reset group. And I host that in a Facebook group, and they're all in there. I give everybody exactly what I do when I reset. So I'm literally doing the same thing that the girls in the Wellness Reset group are doing. And I provide you with some meditations to try, and I make it for myself non-negotiable 5 to 10 minute meditation every single day. That way I get back in the habit of doing my meditations and focusing on my mindset, doing my mindset practices. And then nutrition-wise, I do a lot of meals that are high veggie, high protein, minimizing anything sugary and anything processed. So I try to do as like whole food as possible. And then with the workouts, I have workouts in the group actually. For nutrition, I have like recipes and menu as well. And then the workouts that are in the group is a way to ease your body back into working out. Or if you're starting out for the first time and you want to like do the reset, in order to like even just start working out, these are great workouts for any kind of level to just ease you back in, ease your body back in, because I do a lot of like not only lifting of weights but also some mobility, some yoga, some balance, things like that. That's just overall going to help you be more well-rounded with your movement. But the point is to get at least 30 minutes of movement a day during the reset so you can get back on track. Anyway, do all the things. Subscribe, hit the bell, get notified whenever I do a new video, because I love to do lifestyle-ish videos that also throws in health, because I mean, duh, like that's what we're all dealing with. I should do like a stressful week vlog where I show you like how I still stay on track with my health and my mental health and my fitness while being in a stressful week. While that may not be super entertaining, maybe that would be super helpful. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think I should do that. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.